All right, so good evening and welcome to this session. We'll be looking at single entry and then incomplete records. Single entry and then incomplete records. That is one of the simplest topic in accounting. So we have done the double entry from our fundamentals of accounting, and you know that every transaction affects at least two books in accounting. Every transaction affects at least two books. So we also have single entry. Someone who is having his provision, who is having a single co-store provision would not be doing double entry, right? He doesn't understand the principles of double entry. So if you go to the person that, hey, you know debit and credit, the person doesn't know debit and credit. What the person knows is he has his small notebook that he has been keeping records in. Yeah, he has a small notebook that he has been keeping his record in. Yeah, so single entry is actually talking about recording just the provision shop example that I gave. So what is a single entry? So single entry is where a firm does not keep double entry accounting records. This is where a firm does not keep the double entry accounting records, right? And then what is the incomplete records? What do we mean by incomplete records? So incomplete records is where when some of the financial transactions are not recorded. It's when some of the financial transactions, are not recorded. So that's incomplete, right? So you've just recorded some and then you have ignored some. So there are two approaches. That we consider under single entry and then incomplete records. We have two approaches. So under any single entry and incomplete records question, there are two approaches. What are the approaches? There are two approaches. What are the approaches? We have one, the capital or the net asset approach. The capital or the net asset. The net asset approach. The capital or the net asset approach. Two, we have the income statement. You have the income statement. Hey, do I need to allow some people in? Okay. I think some people want to get in. I wish I could take that thing off. And then it. No. All right. So I think now everyone can be able to join without me letting the person in. So income statement approach. Income statement approach or the cash book approach. So these are the two approaches. Is someone saying something? So the capital or the net asset approach and the income statement or the cash book approach, right? So let's take them one by one. the capital or the net asset approach?
Hey, 𝑺𝒊𝒏𝒈𝒍𝒆 𝑬𝒏𝒄𝒐𝒎
Hey, them
𝑺𝒊𝒏𝒈𝒍𝒆 𝑬𝒏𝒂 Ayi na sreni abasa.
mute your microphone. Why?
Bayi Yusuf na sreni abasa.
Chief, mute
Ma.
please.
Oh, meaning go, but I
Oh, please mute your microphone.
I think I've muted everyone. Okay. So the capital or the net asset approach. So this is where the firm's capital at the beginning. This is the firm's capital at the beginning and at the end. And at the end is used to determine profit or loss for a period. So this is where the firm's capital at the beginning and at the end is used to determine profit or loss for a period, and now for the period, right? So when do we use this approach? We use this approach when the assets and liabilities at the beginning and at the end are given, right? So this approach is used please, this is not my handwriting. No. I'm just in a haze. That's why I'm writing rough. When I level 300, this is not my handwriting when I'm teaching them online. Usually I meet them online. This is not my handwriting. So please bear with me. This approach is used when the assets and liabilities at the beginning, and the end are given. So when do you use this approach? You use this approach in the question, they will give you assets and then liabilities. Then you know that, oh, okay, then I'm going to use the capital or the net asset approach, right? The net capital or the net asset approach, right? Okay. All right. So let me give you some steps using so that it becomes much more easier. So follow these steps when you are solving a question and you are going to use the capital or the net asset approach. Steps to using the capital or the net asset, approach. So one, no matter the question, if only you are using the capital or the net asset approach, one, prepare the statement of affairs. Prepare the statement of affairs. Sometimes I say prepare the statement of financial position. statement of financial position. The statement of affairs is same as the statement of financial position. So prepare the statement of financial position at the beginning. At the beginning, using the assets and liabilities at the beginning. At the beginning only. So prepare the statement of affairs or the statement of financial position at the beginning, using the assets and liabilities at the beginning only. That is the first point. Let me continue here. Point 2. What is the next step? So I think let me expand this one. Using the assets and liabilities at the beginning only to find the opening capital. Opening capital or the capital at the beginning. To find the opening capital or capital at the beginning. Or capital at the beginning. Then 2, prepare the statement. Step 2, prepare the statement of affairs or the statement of financial position. Statement of financial position. Statement of financial position at the end. So you prepare, the first one is prepare at the beginning. Prepare the statement of affairs at the beginning, using the assets and liabilities at the beginning. Second one, prepare statement of affairs or a statement of financial position at the end, using the assets and liabilities at the end. At the end, using the assets and liabilities. Assets and liabilities at the end only to find what? To find the closing capital or closing capital or the capital at end, right? Capital at the end. Capital at the end. Then the last step is prepare the statement. Prepare the statement of profit or loss to determine. Prepare the statement or loss to determine the profit or loss for the period. Statement of profit or loss to determine the profit or loss for the period. All right, so this is the 3 steps when you are using the capital or the net asset approach. Right, these are the 3 steps. You prepare the statement of affairs at the beginning, using assets and liabilities at the beginning. Prepare statement of affairs at the end, using assets and liabilities at the end. And the third one, prepare statement of profit or loss for the period, right? Statement of profit or loss for the period. So quickly, let's look at the format. But usually, it is the second approach that usually comes to an exams, right? Usually. So but we don't know what is likely to happen this year, right? So let's look at the format. We have the statement of affairs, statement of profit or loss, statement of profit or loss. Look at the format. So we have the closing capital, then we have add drawings. If you add the drawings, then you less opening capital, right? You less opening capital. Then additional capital would also be included to this. Additional capital. I'm not saying this cannot come today. It has even come before. It is a past. You will solve a past question on this. It has come to exam before, but that was long ago, right? So it can come. Yeah, but it is not really. Usually, they don't really examine this because it's too easy. It's too simple. But it has come to exam before. We will solve a question on that now, and then slash. This is your profit or your loss, right? So this is the format: closing capital, add drawings, less opening capital, additional capital is added. Then the total, you deduct it from the amount total of the capital, closing capital, and the drawings. Then you get a profit or loss. So I'm sharing a question. Can we get a past question on this? All right, let me quickly see. So you can start reading.
All right. The following information related to BAT in the air enterprise for the year 2021. The enterprise do not keep proper accounting record. So we have December 2021 and January 2021.
So note,
So we have
anytime you are given you are solving accounts, you start with the requirement first. Yeah, so what is the requirement here?
okay. Compute the profits or loss for the enterprise.
Okay. So now you can continue with the items.
Okay.
The
So plant and machinery 2021, 22,080.
See, you know that don't mention the figures, just mention the date. December
Okay.
2021.
Okay. December 2021.
And then January 2021. Then you mention the items, plant and machinery, computer, blah blah blah.
Okay. December 2021 and January 2021. We have plant and machinery, computers, motor vehicles, investments, cash, accounts payables, inventory, trade receivables, rates prepaid, accrued expenses, wages and salaries. Wages owings and loan. Okay, and then the last one is loan to a friend. The owner, Mr. Juicy, withdrew 2,000 for his mother. He also introduced 1,500 into the business.
Required.
All right. Required. Compute the profit or loss for the enterprise.
Okay, so you see, from this question, you are given assets and liabilities, right? And you can see that you have been given two dates. The beginning date, January 2021, and then December 2021. So beginning date and then the ending date. So you follow the three steps that I gave whenever you are given this. Prepare the profit or loss for the enterprise, right? And there's a past question on this, 2015, 2016. So our time is up. So let's allow for this to end, then we start again to solve it. So let me even end it because it's almost time.